So why did Giannis Antetokounmpo decide to kind of hesitate and pull back on the Golden State Warrior question? I know the answer to that question clearly.
Ask me would I like to play with Kevin Durant. Ask me right now.
Would you like to play with Kevin?
Absolutely. Ask me if I like to play with Jimmy Butler. Say it right now. Ask me about Kyrie Irving, Giannis. Ask me about Embiid, Ben Simmons. Go ahead, all of them. Luka Doncic. Ask me right now. Come on, guys. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. These are great players. Absolutely. I would love to play with a lot of great players. That's just who I am.
Good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen. It is your boy Lewis, man. We are talking LBFBWN news. We are talking basketball right here. Once again, shout out to me. Shout out to the subscribers to my channel. Shout out to the new ones checking out the channel. It is your boy with another banger with yet another video. Subscribe, hit the notification bell. Make sure to share, give it a thumbs up, give the video a thumbs up. Share the content, comment down below. Truly appreciate it on this Friday. Why did Giannis Antetokounmpo act so reluctantly when asked the question about the Golden State Warriors in the free agency, since he is a free agent coming up in 2021? Because, ladies and gentlemen, even though that Giannis puts a front on he possibly not working out with other superstars, even though he's shown it, or work out with other players, wants to do his own thing and wants to beat the best, behind closed doors, the man is trying to join the Golden State Warriors. And why do I say that? Because, remember, KD Trey 5 would be his competition in terms of head-to-head in the forward matchup, and that deep Brooklyn Nets team with Kyrie Irving back there, if they show any signs of making some real nice noise in the NBA playoffs next year. And if KD comes back to being the KD of 2019 that we saw dominate early in the playoffs, best believe with that deep Brooklyn squad and you got Kyrie Irving, Chris Middleton is good, but he's not as going to be as reliable as some guy like a Kyrie Irving, who was for LeBron James. And it's supposed that he knocks Giannis out of the playoffs. Well, what does that leave Giannis? Are the Bucks really going to compete with Brooklyn? And think about it. It's going to be, as long as Kevin Durant is there with that deep team, am I going to be able to get out of the Eastern Conference? And then you know the story. Eventually, the conference is going to get better. It's not as good as it is right now, especially the bottom tier East. So that's why it is crucial that Giannis gets the Bucks to the finals this season. A lot of pressure is on him in Milwaukee. Because if he doesn't get the Bucks to the finals, if Milwaukee doesn't go to the NBA finals, 2021 is looking pretty scary. And here's the thing, even if he were to sign with the Warriors, going backdoor, going into himself to a bigger market, because then he doubles down and says, well, I wasn't really able to win a championship in Milwaukee, they're going to look at him differently. And remember, this guy works out with Kobe. This guy works out with Kobe in the offseason. He goes to his Mamba Sports Academy. You know, Kobe's been working with him quietly. Giannis is supposed to get better and show that he could shoot from the outside, have at least a mid-range game to where he's pretty much unstoppable, so that you can't just eliminate his drives. You respect his jump shot. If he were to show that he goes to Golden State, it just goes back to what this modern NBA era has been for the most part until we had some parity. It's, I need to join other star players to be able to win championships. Now, I understand no one person does it alone. But the thing is, it goes against to what people were telling you. It's like you can't bring in guys to play with you, so you have to go join somebody else. And think about this, ladies and gentlemen. Just imagine a core of Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Your team becomes instantly better. Here's the problem. The problem is you got a team out there in the Los Angeles Clippers with a prime Kawhi Leonard. You got Paul George. Remember, they got the best bench in the NBA. Now, we don't know what it's going to be like in 2 years, but remember, this team with no stars won 48 games. I thought Doc Rivers did his finest coaching job of his career with that team. And they led the league in points scored off the bench, points per game off the bench in the NBA. Bench PPG. You have a Kawhi Leonard who is now showing you that he's the best player in the game, best two-way player in the game. And then Giannis is like, okay, I avoided KD, but now I got to deal with Kawhi Leonard. This is why I continue to say, ladies and gentlemen, that KD and Kawhi Leonard are the keys to the NBA for the next several years. They're the two best players in the game. And I'm telling you why the NBA is looking for that future NBA Finals matchup, which is why I think that Giannis really needs to expand his game. Because if he looks any sort of brings a predictable style of play, it ain't going to be fun to watch. And trust me, people are going to start to kind of go down on him, and they're going to look like, well, he's kind of getting pampered when he really doesn't do anything special. You look at KD and Kawhi Leonard, their offense is beautiful to watch. Kawhi Leonard seems boring because he's so quiet and he doesn't look like he has a personality. Teams that he's played for will say otherwise, especially actually the teams in the Toronto Raptors who he just played for will tell you differently about Kawhi Leonard in terms of his character, in terms of his personality. They'll tell you different. But Kawhi Leonard's getting better than better, and it's scary what this guy's going to become. And we already know what that brother Slim Reaper KD Trade 5 does, man. That dude, he comes and puts in work. And here's the thing about both of those guys. KD may be more sensitive. KD may be more outspoken. KD may have his burner account. But one thing that you can say about both Kawhi and KD, they are about their basketball. And when they come and step on the court and put them laces up, put their shoes on, they put them on to go put in work on the basketball court. They put on the show for the fans, and they go out there and they play hard and they go and do their job. They're about basketball. They're not all about this mumbo jumbo drama crap. KD, unfortunately, just gives that attention because that's just the way he is. But what I'm saying is when they're on the floor, they're about their business. They come in, go to work, and they go. Unless if somebody really wants them to give them that attention in KD's case, because Kawhi Leonard, I told you, he does a very good job of not really giving attention. And for some reason, the media has fallen in love with him. It's weird. I guess it's their way of saying, let's see if we could try, if we kiss his ass, maybe he'll open to us up more to see if we could get things with Kawhi where we could start making narratives of our own and stuff like that. And I just think Kawhi is too smart to let that happen. He's too intelligent to let that happen. So I don't think it's going to happen. But that's why I said with Giannis Antetokounmpo, he is looking like he is trying to sweep his way through the back door and go to Golden State. He's not going to be looked at as the same from Milwaukee fans, even though he was there for a portion, obviously for the first amount of seasons of his career with that team. But then again, it's like they're going to say, once again, you sold your soul for rings. You couldn't win one here in Milwaukee. Do it for the small market. It's like you got to sell your soul to do things in a big market. And I'm for a player with taking control of their destiny, taking control of their career. But it's like when you say one thing and you go and do another, that means you don't practice what you preach. If you're about trying to win one for your team, you do whatever you can to win a championship for that franchise. Unless if it's the franchise is too incompetent to be able to make the necessary moves to make sure that you're put in a position where you honestly believe you can win, having the right personnel of players, right personnel of a coaching staff, right personnel of an organization to say that there is a culture, there is a relationship, there is a trust that you believe that you can win. That's why I say we need to keep our eye on Giannis Antetokounmpo for the next couple of years. Giannis is starting to fall into that trap for error. There's nothing wrong with leaving, but it's like you just said that, you're trying to win a championship here. Your best opportunity is now. Because I just think that when Kevin Durant comes back, things are going to look a lot different. And like I said, KD and Kawhi, to me, are the two top premier players in basketball right now. KD is just a little more questioned because we got to see what he looks like when he comes back. But if he looks anything like he did 2019 postseason, best believe Kawhi and KD will be carrying the torch of the league for the next couple of years as the two best players in the league. And Giannis Antetokounmpo, you may leave Milwaukee, but just know if you go to the Western Conference, you got to deal with the LA Clippers that are going to be here for years to come, barring injuries. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy, another one. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. As always, live, laugh, love. Thank you for watching. You already know the deal, man. Let's hit him with another banger lead video.
Myers for Pippen. Oh, a faithful Scottie Pippen in the face of Patrick Ewing, who did not appreciate it. But you know, John, looking at this from afar, this is what the Knicks do to the Bulls and do to opponents game in and game out, and Pippen just served it up in the same manner.
That was the Bulls' answer to John Stark's spectacular dunk last year.
I love it. I love it.